So first let me say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, no matter how where are you sitting and watch the live broadcast. We are currently in the CDC and I see President George Manuia.
Escorted by other officials of the coalition for democracy. There goes the former president.
Y'all get it, John, on the chair now.
So discreet, man. Lawmaker Frank Safoko. So
You see the departure of the former president and hierarchy of the coalition for democratic change. I think the party has just concluded their first official meeting among major hierarchy of the coalition for democratic change, following yesterday tension between members of the Liberia National Police and the coalition for democratic change. But so far, this is the first official meeting. Following yesterday tension, the party's Secretary General Jefferson Tamba Koji addressed members of the press, which also follow a major statement by former Representative Akara Sugri. My name is Enoch, and we want to say thanks to all of you. We're going to join you in a subsequent time.
yeah, come on.
I said, well, yeah.
It was there. Yeah, let me no, let me do it. So we bring you the data from your meeting. Okay, we will bring you the data happened yesterday. Me and Professor Elon Zwo from African Media, the box. So
Watch out. So this has just, we have just witnessed the conclusion of a major meeting among officials of CDC. It has been a very long one from this afternoon up to present, where officials of the party, including the former president George Manuia, who is also the founder and standard bearer of the party. We are yet to discover full detail of the discussion party officials have had following yesterday protestation involving members and supporters of the party and the Liberia National Police. But we want to believe in a subsequent time the party will issue an official press statement where they will highlight, they were able to disclose what were discussed in the meeting.
So, good afternoon.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. What's up?
Yesterday happening, what actually ran out to your mind?
That reminded me about, I can remember 2015 to 2016 in Nimba, where major protest was being held. I mean, it was a very serious tension that disrupted peace and stability in our country, especially this part of Congo Town, and it was very intense on the side of the police as well, because mind you, it was not just civilian, the police was also reacting. Yes, so it was very major, and to some point in time, the movement of people was being disrupted, the free flow of traffic. And I can say at that point in time, especially within this vicinity between Catholic Junction towards the Invisible Spokes Park, peace was being shut down. So it wasn't normal, it was abnormal. So it was terrible, and It was terrible, and we don't expect these things to happen. So it was very terrible on yesterday.
So yesterday, some contradictory. We heard that the police killed 3 citizens, or patriotic citizens of Liberia from the premises of CDC. Is that confirmed?
Well, that information remains unconfirmed, right? That information remains unconfirmed. We have not received any information. I think by now, if somebody actually was actually involved or actually lost their life, we would have seen pictorial, would have seen the name of that person on social media by now, or would have seen the pop of that person on social media by now. But we have not received any official rumor that someone life or people lost their life. While there's still some people were seeing a very terrible condition as a result of what happened, especially from the tension they received from the tear gas yesterday. A couple of them were arrested. The most terrible one that we've ever seen so far on the internet is one of the female who got arrested, and because of the reaction she put up, at some point in time she got half naked. That was the most terrible thing so far we've seen. But if that happens, we still follow the process and we're going to get updates. But for now, we don't have that information.
So can you reiterate or emphasize on what actually happened to the police and the citizens from the CDC party headquarters?
So the thing is, it started with the raiding of the ghettos, or the nearby community that share demarcation with the headquarters of the CDC. When the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency (LDA) had initially received communication that there are people back here involved into the distribution or the sale of narcotic substances, and they came to do their work. Allegedly, in the process, some of those involved allegedly escaped and entered the premises of the CDC. And usually, when people are caught on the scene and they escape wherever they go, it doesn't matter. The DEA has to follow them, and that's what happened when they came to the headquarters of the CDC on yesterday. According to information we've gathered, the DEA also followed them. So in the process, security was being provided by other people. That what brought the confrontation, and in a tune of an hour, it intensified.
Intensified what?
It intensified. It grew to the extent where yesterday you saw the exchange of tear gas and partisan throwing stones. That was how it started. So up to now, the Ministry of Information, on behalf of the government, yesterday the Minister of Information, Liberia, issued a press release, and the CDC Secretary General also issued a press release, and some caveat was also been sent by former Representative Moses Akabri, who also happens to be a top hierarchy in the CDC. So what is most important right now, and I want to believe that Liberians are very much eager to know the outcome of the meeting that the CDC just concluded. Because remember, yesterday statements were made, very tough statements were made, by both the former Representative on Gray and the Secretary General, who is also the former mayor of Monrovia, Jefferson Tamakoji. So those statements, people want to see whether their meeting is going to go in line with the statements they made yesterday. Yeah, so I think Liberians are very eager now to know what was discussed in this meeting, because I want to believe the CDC would take some stands and they're going to make some decisions. So Liberians are eager to know what was discussed in the meeting. But conclusively, it took the effort of former Representative Akars Gray and Jefferson Tamakoji. From what we witnessed yesterday, Representative Frank Safoko came on the scene to put the situation on account. It didn't work. So the speaker also came. It didn't work. If you follow the situation yesterday, until later on Gray had to come to talk to the partisans and the cities and the police officers. He also paraded to the substation of the police support unit right adjacent to the Invisible Swapper. So in that process, after a few minutes, the entire situation was being calmed down at the intervention of former Representative Gray and Honorable Jefferson Tambakoji. So as it stands, we don't know what was actually discussed in the meeting, but I want to believe Liberians are very eager to know, and I hope CDC as a political party and institution can do the media justice by granting us, a platform to talk to them through a press conference to really get in-depth details regarding this impromptu meeting they have just had.
All right. So thank you. So what you witnessed yesterday, being an investigative journalist, what actually or who goes wrong? The police or the citizens of CDC?
First of all, in my opinion, I can tell you that both parties did something wrong.
Wow.
Yes, that is on the side of the political party and on the side of the police as well. So the right authority will come up with the full investigation. The Ministry of Justice is also in the know of what happened. Several civil servant agencies. Yesterday, the Liberia Council of Churches was present.
Yeah, exactly so.
Yeah, and the Liberian women who usually pray for Liberia, they were also here, the witness. I think they're going to do their analytical, investigation, and they will come up with their, with a full report. But I can say that both parties, went wrong somehow.
So before we close the screen of the television, being a full member of the full estate, well, what may be your message to your proud patriotic citizen of Liberia?
What we can say to Liberians is we need to remain peaceful. The peace of this country does not last in anybody's hand other than you and I. Nobody is big Liberian, middle-sized Liberian, or smaller Liberian. We all bear the same title as Liberians. We all own the nationality as Liberians. So we need to protect this peace. We must, by all costs, protect this peace, because remember, Liberia is still at the stage of trying to rebuild. We cannot be rebuilding and at the same time we're re-damaging. We're trying to damage what is already in the process of being rebuilt. So we must maintain the peace. That is the most important thing that I can say to any other Liberian who is following this live broadcast. Thank you.
Okay. So folks, thank you there. My name is Mano B. Thomas and this is DTV Online.